sorry, the Scranton who?
Scranton Strangler. George Howard Scub, haven't I told you about the jury I was on a couple years ago?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 TV show conspiracy theories.
Moment that might make her try and cut Emily in half?
No, you guys, this wasn't Mona.
For this list, we'll be looking at the craziest theories that fans have come up with, tying TV shows to real life, to a different plot, to another show, or to a hidden meaning. If you think that the wild TV show conspiracy theories featured here could be true, let us know in the comments. Number 10. Scooby-Doo is about draft dodging. Scooby-Doo, where are you? This spooky animated show about teenagers solving mysteries with their Great Dane has spawned many successful shows and movies throughout the years.
Hey, listen to this, gang. Teenage sleuths solve boat hijacking mystery. Captain Cutler and his wife taken into custody by sheriff.
However, it never really explains how this group got together, where they're going, and why they started solving crimes in the first place.
Well, gang, it looks like we're up to our armor plates in another mystery.
Over the years, a theory began to emerge in which the characters are all escaping the draft for the Vietnam War. Fred was drafted, but to dodge it, he runs away with his love interest Daphne, political activist Velma, and hippie Shaggy. Considering this show premiered the same year that US involvement in the Vietnam War expanded, this theory may actually have some traction. Number 9. Jessica Fletcher is a serial killer. Murder, She Wrote. In this show, Jessica Fletcher was a successful mystery writer in a small town in Maine where homicides seemed to find her.
Miss Fletcher, something mighty peculiar has happened down here.
Well, what do you mean by peculiar, Sheriff?
I mean maybe murder peculiar.
Murder? Oh, dear. I'll be right down.
If her town of residence, Cabot Cove, were real, it would be the murder capital of the world, and Fletcher always seems to find herself involved.
What happened? It's the fish. They've been poisoned!
Because of this, there has been a theory floating around that not only does Fletcher write about these murders, she is in fact a serial killer that has caused all of these heinous crimes.
I think there's something fishy about that chowder.
The show aired for just over a decade, and in this small town of 3,500, Jessica Fletcher had written about a lot of murders. So maybe, just maybe, she is at the root of this small town's scary problem.
Now that my book is finished, I'd really like to plan a nice little dinner party.
Number 8. Supernatural is a continuation of Frailty. Supernatural and Frailty. Because both Supernatural and Frailty are about brothers who hunt down demons, fans have come to the conclusion that the former is the sequel to the latter.
Demons are taking over the world.
Adam?
I can't destroy them all. They're everywhere.
In Supernatural, the audience is shown from the brothers' point of view, and the viewer knows which creatures are demons disguised as humans. In Frailty, we see this story from a different set of brothers' perspectives, not knowing who the supernatural beings are, or even if they exist.
There are demons among us. The devil has released them for the final battle. It's being fought right now. But nobody knows it except us and others like us.
The idea that these two shows are telling the same story from two different viewpoints makes Supernatural an even darker story. Number 7. Testifying in Court. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This theory is based on the opening of every episode of this iconic sitcom, as it always starts with a date and a time. This also happens when witnesses are giving their testimonies in court to use as evidence. This theory suggests that the main characters are testifying against each other, possibly at the end of the series when a crime is committed.
Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
It's no secret that the gang is dysfunctional at the best of times, so it's not that much of a stretch that they would find themselves in this scenario one day. It would for sure be the trial of the century.
When I open the door, what do I find? There's not a single goddamn desk in that office. There is no Carol in HR.
Number 6. Aria was A. Pretty Little Liars. Throughout the show, the liars are constantly being taunted by someone named A. There were endless hypotheses over the years as to who this person was, and one strange theory pointed to Aria for a number of reasons.
What are you doing out here? I was trying to meet AD. Oh my God. Mona was right. Mona? What does Mona have to do with it? Were you in our nursery?
Viewers believed it had to be her because A began messaging the girls when Aria returned to Rosewood, and she's shown to be the best liar in the bunch.
I'm still here, bitches. And I know everything. A.
What's more is that her handwriting matches A's, her first initial is the same, and it's believed she has dissociative identity disorder. We know now that Aria wasn't A, but if she was, that would have been one of the greatest twists of the many that Pretty Little Liars attempted.
I'm so happy to be here with all of you.
Number 5. Gilligan's Island is hell. Gilligan's Island. This eclectic group of characters never manages to get off the island, and it's always Gilligan's fault. But did you notice that Gilligan is always dressed in red?
Gilligan, give me that key! I'm sorry, Skipper. You're under arrest.
Apparently, this is because he is the devil and is keeping all of the castaways, who represent the 7 deadly sins, captive on the island, representing hell. Mr. Howell is greed, Mrs. Howell is sloth, Mary Ann is envy, Ginger is lust, the professor is pride, while Skipper is gluttony and wrath.
Hi, Skipper.
Gilligan, if you think the worst thing that ever happened to you was being invisible, wait till I get my hands on you.
The theory deepens as their ship did not just crash, it killed all of the passengers, sending them straight down to Gilligan's Island. Number 4. Bikini Bottom is the result of nuclear testing. Spongebob Squarepants. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? The survivors of nuclear testing, apparently.
Where are we?
I have an idea, pal. How would you like to take a little sightseeing tour with me?
This beloved and long-running animated show is known for its kooky cast of characters, and viewers have a theory about where these oddball individuals came from.
No, wait up, little guy.
Bikini Bottom may have been inspired by the real-life island Bikini Atoll, which was the location of 23 detonated nuclear weapons during the Cold War. The theory further states that the animals in the area were impacted by the radiation. So, the creatures that live beneath the testing site could have become SpongeBob SquarePants, Squidward, Patrick Star, and all the other infamous characters we know and love.
You took me by surprise!
Surprise! Number 3. Toby is the Scranton Strangler. The Office. Throughout The Office, we see many running gags. One being that Toby Flenderson is constantly at the receiving end of hurtful taunting at the hands of his colleagues.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Maybe, just maybe, that pushed him over the edge. The Strangler was first mentioned when Pam and Jim were expecting a baby, and Toby might have lashed out of jealousy.
I decided to give baby Halpert a newspaper from the day she was born. This frame set me back 55 bones. But she decided to take her sweet time, so now I have to switch it with today's paper.
Furthermore, when the Strangler was being chased, Toby was missing, as the rest of the office watched on TV. The Strangler stopped when Toby was in Costa Rica and continued when he returned. And if all of that wasn't enough, Toby was on the jury for the trial, and he claimed that he knew he sent the wrong person to jail.
A man's being put to death. I was part of the verdict, and I'm not so sure he's guilty anymore.
Number 2. Bayside is Zach Morris's dream world, Saved by the Bell. Zach Morris was known as the dreamy, popular kid at Bayside High in the original Saved by the Bell, and he grew up to be a lawyer and politician in the reboot.
What about you, Governor Preppy? You getting to the gym much these days, or what?
Not really, because my schedule is just so packed. I mean, just too bad the governor doesn't get summers off.
But the original character came from the show Good Morning, Miss Bliss, and in that show, he was not the suave trickster that we know and love.
I've never felt this bad before.
Unfortunately, Zach, getting hurt is all part of growing up.
So it's easier when you're grown up?
Actually, sometimes it's harder.
He was originally a dork who was unable to get girls or get away with his schemes. So maybe his life at Bayside High is just a fantasy. He does become wildly successful in his social life and in his career, which is not exactly the trajectory he was on in the original series. So maybe there's something to this theory.
Oh, please, call me Zach, and please, call me tonight.
I'll put you on speed dial.
Oh, speed dial.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Breaking Bad is a prequel to The Walking Dead. Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead. While Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead don't appear to have much in common, audiences believe that these two shows are related.
Maybe we could, thought we could debrief.
Debrief? Wow, that's what you think we need, debrief?
Yeah, I mean, after what happened, it just seems like the thing to do.
In The Walking Dead, blue crystal meth is visible, and Daryl talks about his brother's dealer being, quote, janky little white guy, who we can't help but think is Jesse Pinkman.
Merle had this dealer, this janky little white guy, tweaker.
Viewers also think that the zombie apocalypse may have been started by Heisenberg himself. This is not the first time that Breaking Bad has had some conspiracy theories surrounding it, as viewers also thought Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle grew up to be Walter White.
You were right. You can't beat the system, but you sure can break it.
That one was a bit out there for us, but we have to admit this crossover theory makes sense. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.